Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create navigation and routing in Angular. So guys, before going through this video, please visit my previous videos so that you'll get some ideas on how to create Angular applications. So guys, you'll go to my channel and there is one course tab, and inside course tab there is one course Angular latest version tutorial. So here I am creating some real-time based as well as some basic videos, okay, and you'll go through that course section, and on this section of course Angular tutorial, and you'll get some ideas on how to create Angular application and in real time as well. And also if you go to the playlist, there is one playlist called Angular CLI tutorial, okay, and here you'll get some ideas on from step-by-step process for Angular setup to Angular components, modules and pipes, directives, etc. Okay, so let's go through my presentation here. So guys, in this video I'll show you create a other component to navigate, set base href element, import the router module into the application, configure the application routes, and create the application menu and set the routes. So guys, this is the before going through this video, please visit my this Angular latest version tutorial course, and you'll go through this video how to read operation in Angular, and this is relevant to this current video so that you'll get some systematic idea on what is the how to create component and how to create the other components, and it will be used for navigation and routing purpose. Okay guys, so guys, I am creating one notepad here for step-by-step process. So in our application we have only one component, okay, and this is the Angular application. So in my previous video I already have shown you the list employee component, that is this one, right? So in this video I have created one new employee create component. Okay, so using Angular CLI command I can create this component. Okay, so this is the step 1, creating a new component, and this is the command ng gc employee / create employee. After executing this command in the terminal, that is 3 dot terminal new terminal, and here you will execute that command. Okay, once your execution successful, you will get that this component is created and its relevant files, that is TypeScript files, spec.ts, HTML and CSS. Okay, so that is we can execute using Angular CLI command, that is here. Next step is step 2. You need to set the base href in the index.html. So guys, set base href equal to / in the application host page, which is index.html. The base href tells the Angular router how to compose navigate URLs. This is already done for us by the Angular CLI when we created this project. Okay, so guys, here I'll show you in the index.html. This is by default created by the system. Okay, so you can see here this base href already set by system in index.html. So this is the step 2. We'll discuss more significant of this base href element in the next videos. Okay, step 3, we need to import the router module into the application root module, that is app.module.ts. So guys, here import the router module into the application root module app module. The router module contains the router service and router directives such as router link active, and router outlet, etc. So for us to be able to implement the routing, we first need to import the router module in our app module. So in app.module.ts, make some changes. Okay, and the changes are, I'll make it as self-explanatory and to describe this code step-by-step process. So I'll go to the app.module.ts file. Okay, so guys, here I import the router module. Okay, that is import the router module, that is this one. okay, import router module and from angular/router, and include router module in the imports array of the @ng module decorator. So this is the ng module decorator, and inside declaration, okay, we have added that router module imports array of the @ng module decorator, that is include router module in the imports array of ng module decorator. Okay, so that's the basic code of appmodule.ts file, and what the extra codes it is written I'll describe in my next step. Okay, so here guys, my step 4 is we need to configure the application routes app.module.ts file. To configure the routes, we first need to import the routes type from angular/router, and if you I'll go to the code, okay, that is this one. Okay, so if you look at the definition of routes type, it is actually an array of route objects. Okay, so you see here it is the array of so it is actually an array of route objects. Okay, and so this route type is not required for the application to work. However, using it provides us the intelligence and compile time checking. For example, if there is any misspelled properties of route object will be reported as errors. Okay, and each route map, so here you can see here const app routes, right? So here each route maps a URL path to a component. The third route specifies the route to redirect to if the path is empty. So in our case we'll redirect to the list component, that is this one. Okay, so path match property value can be full or prefix. Okay, and for now we'll set it to as a full, as we want to do a full match in our next video, and we will discuss the difference between prefix and full in detail. Okay, so here I have creating 3 routes. Okay, one is list component, one is create component, and one is the default list component. So these are the import statements we need to use, which is useful for our component redirecting, as well as some routing module and app component. Okay, and this is the import route module, and this is the route path I have used configure here. Based on component, it will go to the particular page. Okay, so to let the router know about the routes configured above, so we need to pass app routes constant to for root method. Okay, so here this one I am described, right? So here I am passing this app route inside the for route method. So we also have for child method, right? So there is for child, we have the for child method. Okay, and we'll discuss this difference, that is what is for child and for root, in our next video, and when to use one over the other. Okay, so inside ng module decorator declaration array, we are passing the app component, list employee component, and create employee component. And inside imports array with browser module, app routing module, and router module, passing the app routes inside the for root method. And this provider section, it will default as the provider client hydration, and a bootstrap as app component, and export class app module. So this is the code for app.module.ts, which is very useful for navigating and routing in Angular. Okay, so next step is we need to create an application menu and set the routes to it, so that the file is app.component.html. So we'll create the application menu and tie the routes to it. Notice we are using the router link directive. So I'll go to the code app.component.html. okay, so we are using router link directive. This directive tells the router where to navigate and when the user clicks the link. So we are also using router -outlet directive here, right? So this directive specifies where you want the route component view template to be displayed, we want our navigation menu to be always displayed. So the ideal location for it is the root component, that is app component, that is app.component.html. When the application first loads, it loads the root app component in index.html. So I am using this code HTML in our app.component.html. okay, so these are the container. These are nothing but the bootstrap class, CSS class, and a navbar. And inside the list, I am using the two links. One is list, one is create component, one is list component. And this is the router outlet directive, and this is the code for app.component.html. okay, so as you can see, this in this HTML we have two things. One is navigation menu and one is router-outlet directive. The navigation menu is always displayed. Below the navigation menu we have the router-outlet directive. okay, so this is the navigation menu and this is the router-outlet directive. So this is the location where the routed component view template is displayed. For example, when we click on list link in the navigation menu, the route changes to /list and the list employees component view template is displayed at the location where we have the router-outlet directive. At this point, if we click the create link, the two things will be happen. One is route changes from list component to /list to /create. So list employees component view template is replaced with the create employee component view template. Also notice, if you navigate to the root of the application, that is we do not include /list or /create in the URL. If the router automatically redirects to us to the list, this is because the following empty route we have in our route configuration, that is this one. okay, so the default route, if the user not set anything, so this will be, I'll refresh the URL. So default route will be set as list component. okay, so guys, we are using the bootstrap navbar component, like that is this one. okay, and to create the navigation menu. okay, since we are now routing the list employees component, we no longer need its selector. okay, so we need to remove the selector specified in the @ component decorator of list employees component. So guys, if you'll go to the here list employees component, okay, see here we don't need any selector here, so that we have removed the selector specified in the @ component decorator of list employees component. okay, but if you notice here, create employee component, there is, I am using the selector, right, app-create-employee. so that's all about this code and the description. okay, so next step is we need to check the other app component related files. So go to the application here. So guys, here the create component has the default code create-employee.component.ts. this is the spec.ts, and this is the HTML of create employee component, and this is the code for create employee component CSS. okay, so here the related to app component, so this is the app.router.server.ts, the default code. app.module.ts, I already have described this code as well, each step. And this is the module.server.ts, app.component.ts. okay, and this is the component spec.ts, which is the default, and this is the app.component.html, app.component.css, and this is the app-routing.module.ts file. okay, so here you have noticed one thing, right? We in the ng module decorator we have imports array, and this router module we have registered inside the imports section array, and inside the exports also we are using the router module. And the inside import section, the router module has the for route, and we are passing these routes inside the for routes, that is the const routes, right, we have defined here. So we pass these routes a const value inside the for route method in app-routing.module.ts. So guys, that's all about the app components. And the index.html I already have described, that is the base href, right. So let's compile and launch the Angular application. So 3 dot terminal, new terminal. So code is ng-serve -o. So guys, here you noticed when my Angular application loads, it is by default showing as the list component /list, right? And when you click, you can see there is one navigation bar here. It has 3 links, one is list and one is create component, because in app.component.html we are adding these 2 links. So list is, when you click list, it will be goes to the list component, and when you create the create link, it goes to the create component. And it's inside the create component HTML, we just adding some sample text, create /employee works. So when I'll check that create-employee.component.html, so this is the sample text I am adding here, so that when I click on that link, it displays this create-employee works. When you click on list, it is go to the /list. When you click on the create, it goes to the /create. And when we refresh it, it's okay. So if you'll remove that /create and click enter, by default the system goes to the default component, that is list component, and it will show the list component HTML page. Okay, so guys, at this moment we have 2 menu items, one is list and one is create. So that is the active and inactive menu item are styled the same way. As a result, we don't know which page the other is on, right? So we'll discuss how to address what is the actively clicked link by the user. Okay, so in our next video also we'll discuss the significance of base href in index.html in Angular application. Let's go to my presentation here. So guys, what is router module? The router module contains the router service and router directives such as router link active, and router outlet, etc. Need to import the router module in our app module. How to configure the application routes? To configure routes, we need to import routes type from @angular/router. What is router link directive and router -outlet directive? The router link directive tells the router where to navigate when the user clicks the link. The router -outlet directive specifies where you want the routed component view template to be displayed. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.